Hey everyone, back again with another solo Automa. This time it is Explorers of the North Sea. On BGG, in the file section under Explorers, you're going to find a solo Automa that is going to be comprised of 36 Automa cards. So if you want to go ahead and print those out, get those ready to go. So this will allow you to play Explorers like you would a normal multiplayer game. So to set up, you're going to shuffle the Explorer tiles and you're going to lay them out. 5 of them, slot 1, slot 2, slot 3, slot 4, and slot 5, and the Automa deck is going to play off that as to what it wants to pick to put out on the board. You're going to get 2 character boards if you have the expansion, and I'm working on the Rocks of Ruin expansion right now, so that will come here in a little bit, but right now, so these player boards come in the expansion box. So go ahead and pick your character. You can pick it randomly. You can pick one outright, up to you. And then for the AI, go ahead and pick a character. The only thing I would suggest is you don't use the queen. You can use all of them, but just don't use the queen because her special ability, her scoring points at the end of the game doesn't really work as well in this mode. So you're going to take your 36 Automa cards. You're going to shuffle them together. You're going to remove 12 of them, put them back in the box, and you can put the Automa cards on top of the player board, on the Automa's player board. You're going to go ahead and get its outpost ready, as well as yours, and then put its Viking meeples, as well as yours, on the main tile map, and have your boat ready to go. You'll notice that there is no boat for the Automa. The Automa will not move its boat around the map, so that's something you will not have to worry about. So what does a round look like? What does a turn look like? The Automa is always going to go first, and then you're going to go. So it's very simple. When you're ready to begin, flip over the top card of the Automa deck, and look at the very top. It wants to place the tile in the second slot. So go over here. Once again, slot 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You're going to take this tile, and you get to put it anywhere you want on the board. So let's just say I put it here. And then that's a settlement, so I need to put a settlement token there. And now it's my turn to go to select a tile. Let's say I put this ship, and let's say I put it here. Alright. Now you're going to look at the Automa card, and you're going to try to complete this top section of the card. This is the action it wants to take. So in this instance, it wants to take the highest settlement token out on the board. Well, there's only one, so let's go ahead and take that, and it gains the settlement token. If there's more than one, like there's more than one 5 on the board, then you choose which one it takes. And if for whatever reason, let's say the map looked like this now, this settlement token had already been taken, and so it would try to do this top action. There are no settlement tokens on the board, so then it would just simply go to this bottom action. So now it wants to take a ship. So you look on the board, if there's multiple on the board, you choose which one it takes, but let's say it takes this. Perfect. So it gains this, and it also loses a Viking meeple to a death. So this gets on its board, and you simply take one of the Viking meeples off of here, and you put it on its board to represent that it has died. Okay? Let's say its turn had just started now, so we flipped over this card. We look on the board, there's no settlement token, so then we move it down to this bottom action. There's no ship token to gain. Then it simply does nothing. It's like it's moving its ship around the map. That's what it has done for its turn. So if it can't do the top action, go to the bottom action. If it can't do either, then the Automa does nothing for that turn. So let's reset this. So we flipped over a card. It says to take the top, the highest. The arrow means the highest settlement token on the board, so it would take that. And then it's my turn. Let's say I went here, 1, 2, and let's just say that's what I did. We would move on to the next turn. You would refill, the tiles, and you rinse and repeat. So you go to the next Automa card. It wants number 2 again. So it takes this card, this tile. Once again, you choose where it goes. Let's say it goes right there. Those are pigs. And let's say I take this tile, and I do that, and those are chickens. So now both tiles are on the board. So now you proceed to do what the card tells you. So this card now says it wants chickens. If it can't find chickens, it wants sheep. And if it can't get any of those two, then take the highest settlement on the board. Well, there's chickens right there, so it's simply going to take a chicken and put it on its board. And then it's my turn. I would take my turn, refill, and repeat. So let's go over some of the actions that are on the cards. We've already gone through these two. It wants to take a ship tile on the board, ship token on the board. Okay. This says to put an outpost on the board. So you're going to look at the board, and whichever island, unoccupied island, has the most tiles on it, and it's a legal placement to put it. So right here we have a spot where an a legal outpost can go, because there's 3 tiles with connected by land. So that is the only valid spot at this point that it could go. But if this card came up, then this would be the only spot it could go. So it would put one there. Simple as that. If I already had one there, then it cannot place one there because I'm already there. So it would move down to this bottom action, which says it's just going to sail its ship. Which, once again, we're not managing its ship. So that just means the Automa does nothing for this turn if it could not place an outpost. So when it goes to place an outpost, you're going to look for a legal spot that has the most tiles connected to it. Let's see if it wants more. Alright. So this one says, when you place an outpost, place a Viking there as well. So if this wasn't there, it would place a outpost, and it would take one of its Vikings off the land and place it there as well, so it can have more influence. This one just means take the lowest number settlement on the board. That's take a horse or a bear, pig or horse. And I think those are all the actions. Let's just go through them real quick. Yeah. So the Automa deck is replicating actions that the AI can take without you having to move around the board with its ship, because that would be too tedious. It's going to place outposts. It's going to collect livestock. It's going to raid settlements. It's going to have Viking deaths if it goes over a ship that they die in battle. And then at the end of the game, once all the tiles are out, actually let me take a step back. For the last 2 turns, you are only going to have 4 tiles out. So these cards are not going to work as to what placement, what tile it wants, because if it takes number 5, there is going to be no 5. So in slot 5. So for the last 2 turns, you just pick 2. So like I might pick these 2 and put them on the board, and then I might pick these 2 for my last turn. Other than that, you're going to look at the card to tell you which tile it wants. Once again, you always choose where the tiles goes. There's no fancy logical reason for the AI. I can't make that. So you're going to choose where the Automa where the tile goes. But while you might choose where it goes, it's going to go first. So it's going to have the best options available to it. So that's how it's mitigating that that unfairness of you choosing both tiles and where it goes. At the end of the game, you're going to score just like you would in a multiplayer game. So let's move these cards out of the way. You're going to look at the delivered light stock and see how many groupings it has and score just the same. Same with constructed outposts, destroyed enemy ships, raided settlements, Viking deaths, and then so there's a little change to the controlled islands. So controlled islands normally only score if they are completely surrounded by water, if they are complete islands. The AI does not care about that. It's going to score for any island that it has the most influence on, whether it's complete or incomplete. Additionally, you're going to look down and you're going to look at their special character victory point scoring condition, and you're going to simply look at that and see how much they scored. Once again, I would not use the Queen, but you can use anyone else for the Automa, and you should be good to go. This should give you a close game, and it should replicate the two-player game pretty well. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will soon be I'm working on the Rocks of Ruin expansion. That's going to add some more cards to this deck to allow you to play with that and all the characters that it involves. So the cards will be out on BGG very shortly if they're not already out there. I just got to write the rules down, but that's it. If you have any questions, let me know, and I hope you have fun playing it.